What up? It's your boy Bass, man. Y'all tuned in to ENDS Podcast and ENDS Media Productions. Man, I want to talk to y'all today about a lot, man. First of all, Ramadan Mubarak for everybody that's observing and taking part in Ramadan. But man, we've been on a journey. I know y'all ain't heard from me in a minute, man. But ever since we touched down back in Detroit, moved the business to Detroit. That's the hometown, home city where I'm from. The community, everything where I'm from, man, it been nothing but building and really been trying to figure things out and reestablish myself, because I've grown, in a sense. Since then I opened up my own store, which is, we still in the building stage. We in right now, it's a store slash office slash studio. The space ain't really that big. When I was first starting out, it was one thing I had to really prep myself on. I've been prepping myself on is expectations. Because expectations will kill any dream, any experience, any blessing that you may receive. Um, so that was one of the first things I had to really tap into was kill my expectation and reunite. I say reunite, reignite the hunger. That shark, man, that hunger in me. Um, and I had to basically like reignite it because you building from the ground up, and that shit comes with shit. Especially when you really, 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 that's why we call it eating in the streets, because you really building from the ground up. You gotta reestablish yourself, reestablish your brand, and then also reestablish, your foothold. The place that you gonna call home. And I'm from here, and when I say reestablish, like saying like I'm not already established in Detroit, but in the sense of the way you've been moving, it's adjustment to lifestyle. You're not used to moving the same. You got to rebuild up some of your clientele while also maintaining the relationships you have built with people around the world. But just embarking on this journey it's been crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's been crazy as hell. It's been fun as hell though. Just starting out with my own store. I know finding out about it. I ended up coming across the listing on Facebook Marketplace. Me and the dude was going back and forth for about a couple months. I was trying to figure it out, like if this the location I want. And then at first I said nah. Then I was still out here looking. I didn't really find nothing that really appealed to me or my eye, and what my situation was. Which eating the streets when you're making the most out of your current situation. I ain't balling. I ain't got the COVID money. I ain't, I get my shit straight out the mud, straight off the muscle. Not knocking anybody that do. If you got the PPP loan and the EIDL loan, grant and all that type of stuff, more power to you. Blessings be upon you. And, it's a blessing from Allah. Just do what's righteous with it and do it right with it. But just needless to say, that wasn't my journey, my path. I had to really put my boots to the ground and really start grinding, even from working a job, 12-hour shifts and all type of stuff to try to run that bag up, at least get my bag right to a certain point where I can invest in myself. And that was a big thing. I could never really lose sight of what the bigger goal was. You feel me? The bigger goal was to build, come home and build in the trenches where we stood. You feel me? And I put that in the song, you feel me? And that was one of the biggest things I also learned from, my mentor, shout out to Will Wallace. And that's what I learned from being a part of North 4. Shout out to North 4. It's a, youth initiative program or a youth program that help youth from the inner city that has been involved, that have background from, just got a backgrounds and stuff like that. So that really helped shape and mold my mindset, and also seeing that I can make a difference. So that was my whole intentions and my whole goal, and still is my whole goal, man. So we was able to acquire the space, like I said, start kind of rambling a little bit, acquired the space from, just reaching out, you feel me, networking. Facebook Marketplace was a great place for me. Ended up building a relationship, and it was funny because he was asking like, man, so what do you do? What is you gonna do? I was telling him, I'm gonna have a boutique style, but it's gonna be serving for media and an office. He said, word, like office high, like media, what you do? I do marketing. Web design, logo design, social media marketing, websites, man, anything that has to do with the computer, helping your voice be heard, and anything with graphics, anything like that. I'm your man. I know how to do that, which turned into us building a business relationship. But first, we had to get the transaction out the way, man, because transactions also help build relationships. It's a trust thing. I'm giving my money to you, and in return, I'm expecting some type of tangible uh, or intangible product or service. So, with us doing that, I was able to leverage one thing that my mama used to always tell me, like, if you're gonna be in this world, you gotta have a skill. You feel me? If you're gonna be productive, a productive man in this world, you need to have a skill. Because you can have all the credentials in the world, but new stuff come out, people always want new updated credentials. But if you got a skill, like mechanic, cosmetics, things like that, you're gonna always be able to build an income for yourself. So my skill was marketing, graphic design, and web design. That's a skill that I acquired, from freelancing and just basically working for years, doing it on my own, and doing my own things and stuff like that, doing my own marketing, doing my own graphics, doing my own logos. Excuse me. Over time, I established myself and acquired these skills, but then also I acquired the experience, verified experience from working with different businesses, various businesses, nonprofits, and brands. Um, so I was able to, communicate that to him and share that with him. They come to find out he's a businessman himself. He's involved and got a network of multiple different businesses. So we was able to come together and come up with some type of agreement. You feel me? And it's all on the books too. It's all on the books. Some type of agreement to where I can supply him with service, and he can supply me with rental space and stuff like that. He can cut the fees down and things of that nature, which was real beneficial when you building out the mud, man. Because you trying to save every dollar you got to reinvest to what you building. And that was one of the big things for me, was like realizing that I got a skill, I got a talent. Let me utilize that and let me leverage that to help me build and establish myself even at a cheaper rate, at a cheaper rate. So me and him was able to do that. Started out with logo, then custom T-shirts and stuff like that. And then he was able to see, all right, dude, serious about his business. He in the shop. He got the shop. You feel me? I see him trying to make moves, and he delivering. That's the thing. You establish that you're delivering. And then we was able to, just keep building from there. And now I'm doing photo shoots for him. Like I said, shirts, logo, graphics, marketing, all type of stuff for different businesses that he's associated with, and for him as well. But then just on top of that was just, going back in the whole expectations. I didn't expect none of that. I would just went on a limb. I was like, yeah, man, this is also what I do, but, check me out. You might, I see you're a businessman. You could possibly, utilize my services and things of that nature. And that helped, help us build a lot kind of faster, because it wasn't just, the transactional relationship be cool, because as long as you paying, I'm gonna be like, all right, he pay on time all the time. If he's late, I know it has to be a reason. That's what I mean by building trust relationship with transactions. And then also too, you become accustomed to a person, you feel me, and what they has to offer, and be like, somebody value based off of, they want you to keep bringing them money. You value them because you want to keep the space. Y'all build some type of value with each other. But then one of the biggest things too for me is too, I was on the fence heavy. Like I wanted a store, I wanted to start all this, but I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I just kept praying to Allah. But then I was looking for opportunity. And in the past, I had to learn my lesson. In the past, I used to jump the gun and go after the first thing that was shining. Had to kind of really sit back and reevaluate and see what I'm working with, and also build my funds up to what I'm really trying to do, so I can be able to attain the office / store, but also be willing to invest into it. And that's where the job came in. That job hit, motherfucking stimulus hit. Like I ain't get that dumb stimulus check that some of y'all getting, because y'all claiming y'all kids and a whole bunch of other more stuff. So I got the stimmy, but I ain't get the same actual COVID funding that a lot of businesses was having, and some of that, and I ain't gonna blame nobody besides my own self. The shit is still available, but it's just a process to go along and going to go get it, and after you get it, what does that mean for you? I'm not really too big on taking out loans and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just me. Um, so along this whole process, I've been finding out a lot about my own self too. Presentation is everything, but standing behind your brand, and standing behind your dreams. Nipsey Hussle said it best. He said in a song, he said, "Perfect timing. Sometimes I feel like I'm too late, and I know I'm still great in spite of my mistakes. Perfect timing. Feel like I'm too late. My only regret is I make niggas wait." But I just in the whole thing in perfect timing, he was saying just chase your goals, fuck the time it take. Anybody know about Nipsey Hussle's biggest thing was the marathon. This is a long term thing. This isn't short term. So it isn't trying to hop in, get a bag, then hop the fuck back out. Nah, this is something I'm trying to establish. I'm trying to build. I'm trying to grow this thing to multiple locations around the city in various cities. You feel me? In states, I've been able to travel the world and network and meet a whole bunch of beautiful souls and minds that got a lot of things going for themselves. But I was also to walk lands that I never thought I'd step foot in when I was a youngin' coming up in Detroit. I've been to Georgia, Bama, Tennessee, Minnesota, Ohio, even Iowa, Texas. You feel me? Kansas, like just all Pennsylvania, all different places. You feel me? And as I don't know if y'all know about Lil Snoop. Lil Snoop is saying I'm just a nigga from the ghetto. But my dreams, aspirations, and that hunger drove me to these places, networking with different individuals and establishing myself, but also establishing my brand and what I stand for and who I am. So when it came down to just this story, I'm like, I gotta go hard, because if I don't do it, ain't no telling when. Life is short. Allah blessed me with breath to breathe today, so let me plot, mastermind on that right now. So that was a big thing for me, and I've been blessed because I've been able to come up on the space. But then the first week, I wasn't really here. I was kind of lazy with it, and it wasn't. And I realized it wasn't even because of like me just being lazy. I was kind of scared though, like real shit. I was kind of scared. Cause I'm like, you got these plans, right? And Mike Tyson talking about some. Everybody got a plan until they get hit. But it wasn't necessarily like me being hit. It was like life hit me. It was more so the expectations. Like, damn, what if my story don't look the best? And damn, damn, right now I ain't got everything in my story. It ain't really appealing to how I like it and all that type of stuff. But I have to really sit back and evaluate myself, you feel me? I have to really understand the process that it took to even get in this story, you feel me? And own it and love it, love the whole process. I shout out to Nip Hustle when he shared his story about the transitions of the marathon story, from him even losing the store. And his brother, and before they even got a store anyway, his brother came and set up a table outside selling t-shirts, y'all. Like, that's real spill. Came up outside selling t-shirts, my nigga. Like, excuse my French for some of y'all that may get offended by that word, but I am from where I'm from, and I do talk how I talk. I appreciate y'all that stick with me and I get lost up in the terminology. But it was just like understanding where he started off from and sticking to that script. He always admired his brother from that. Like, yeah, man, my brother popped up a table selling shirts. Police kept fucking with them because they was in a gang area, heavily gang culture area. So, police gonna mess with them, like, what y'all doing out here? They ain't got no permits, taking their merchandise, which is a loss of money, which a lot of y'all gotta understand, it's a loss of money. But taking the merchandise and basically, doing what they want with it and taking it and basically making them having to restart all over again. But his brother, when he said one day an officer told him, like, man, you gotta do what these regular tax paying folks do. Go get you a store, go get you a spot where can't nobody mess with you at. And that's it. And from that point on, they worked hard to get that spot. But after they got the spot, they weren't just satisfied with just having a store. They wanted to build it up. But they was still in it. They was still grinding. They was still working. So I had to reevaluate and check myself. Like, it don't matter where you start out at. You could be at the gas station. This is what I love about Detroit. You'll drive past any gas station in the city, no matter if it's about Valentine's Day, Easter, man, Halloween, Christmas. They got the motherfuckers tables set out. They got the Easter bags. They got the rugs. They got the shirts. I love that culture. That's what I loved about coming back to the city, because I feed off of that. Grind, respect, grind, iron sharper iron, and being amongst, and that's why I say the culture. You feel me? We say we the voice of the culture, because I love displaying that. I love showing that. I love embracing it. I love, exporting it out to different areas so people can see. Like, if you're on the fence because you worried about, I ain't got this or that, it's somebody out here in this city right now in Detroit running up their numbers, establishing themselves, and guess what? How they doing it? They pulled up, they parked their van, they pulled out a table, and they like, I got this for sale. Standing outside in the sun, no matter what it is. You see little kids selling waters, all type of stuff, candy bars. So who am I? Like, how am I better than this person? I'm not more established than this person. This actually, I admire this person because this person is hungry. They're more hungry than me. They more dedicated. They more committed to who they are and what they trying to do. You feel me? So that fueled me. So I'm like, let me start posting up in the shop. Let me start getting back to this. You feel me? Let me start owning this whole process. You feel me? And that's just what it is for me. So I'm going to be checking in with y'all. I'm going to be dropping different episodes and stuff like that. Just being back up in the shop and just having conversation with y'all about this whole process. Because some of y'all are trying to go through a similar process or just any process, but y'all kind of on the fence. And y'all worried about the beginning phase, the starting out phase, the building phase. But it comes with this shit, man. You got to want this shit, and you got to have the want exceed the needs, man. Your wants got to exceed your needs. You feel me? And I know that kind of, is vice versa. But if you want this shit bad enough, you're going to go supply all your needs that you want. You feel me? On some real shit. If you want this shit bad enough, you're going to do whatever it takes to supply them needs. So it's your boy Bazz, ENDS Bazz. Check me on Spotify, Instagram, all type of shit. And y'all tune in to ENDS Podcast. Let's get it going. It's your boy Bazz, and I'm tuning